Hello. If you have kidney failure or kidney problem and you've been placed on dialysis and you actually want to have to survive this condition, because many people see kidney failure as a death sentence. So I want kidney failure shouldn't be a sentence, it's just a phrase. So it shouldn't be a sentence of death or like this one is going to be dying at any time soon. Okay, especially in Nigeria, when someone is being diagnosed of kidney failure, people start looking at this person as someone who's going to die today and tomorrow. That is not the case. If you do the right thing at the right time, someone who has kidney failure is not going to die anytime soon. This person can actually live to their full old age till when God actually wants them to die. Okay, if you go to India today, if you go to US and UK today, a lot of people there are on have kidney. A lot of people who have kidney failure there have actually lived for more than 10 years. They've actually lived for more than 20 years. We've known some people who have lived for close to 30 years or even more with kidney failure. So having said that, kidney failure is not supposed to be a death sentence. I know a lot of things are wrapped around it, but hear me out. It's not supposed to be a death sentence. That is, if you're going to follow the guideline I'm going to be giving in this video. Okay, so if you're watching this video and you have someone that is having kidney failure in Nigeria, I want you to call them close, bring them close, and make sure that you will watch this video together. If it's possible in your office, in your place of work, maybe in your dialysis unit, you can actually play this video for your first-time patients who are undergoing dialysis. Okay, this video is actually going to be very, very beneficial to them. I'm Wonderful Victory, your kidney health coach with over 5 years of working experience helping people in dialysis unit to as a nephrology nurse and as someone who has their interests at heart. So I've actually done my research and I came up with this five or six things that they can maintain on, and it will guarantee them, even here in Nigeria, that they are going to be well, they're going to live long as far as God actually wants them to live. So if you're ready, let's go there. So point number one is that if you have kidney failure, the first thing that you must do is to accept the condition. Okay, this is actually one of the very difficult parts, accepting that this diagnosis has been made and this is what it is. Okay, so many Nigerians will believe that this condition was actually sent from the village. Some will feel like that their neighbor who has actually told them that, yeah, I'm going to show you, is the cause of this problem. So I believe so much there is spiritual powers. I believe so much that those things could be real. But one thing I want you to know is that if someone has said that this is going to befall you, I want you to stand up strong and stand up straight and tell them that your plans for my life is not going to happen. So by the time you've said that to yourself, and you need to accept the reality that right now, this is the condition you're having, and it has a medical solution, it has a medical answer, and the medical solution and medical answer must be followed even as you're following the spiritual aspect. Okay, the reason why I stay with this spiritual aspect is that most of the time our people follow spiritual aspect and they remove the medical aspect out of it. Okay, I believe so much in God, I believe so much in powers of God, and I believe so much in miracles. And most of the time I believe that if you can be doing this while waiting for God to do his miracle, and God can do it. So what am I saying? First, you need to accept that you have this kidney failure, because accepting that you have this kidney failure is actually going to help your management team manage you better. It's going to help you receive the treatment plan very, very well, and to also have the best knowledge of what you're going to be doing. Okay, so if you believe that it's witchcraft, and which it might be or it might not be, okay, if you believe that it's witchcraft, you may now leave the hospital and be pursuing it that way. And as you're pursuing it that way, the remaining part of your health that it would have been managed and you live long, it will be going down. And when kidney failure, when the waste have built up in the body, then you come back to the hospital and nothing may be done fully to recover this person. That is not what I want to happen to you. That's why I'm making this video. So you have to accept this condition, that this is actually what is happening right now, and this is the line of action you need to take in order to tackle this condition headlong. Remember, point number one is that you have to accept that this is kidney failure. Okay, so once you accept that this is kidney failure, the number two thing I want you to do, or that is standard for you to do after accepting your diagnosis, is to get knowledge about the disease condition. Okay, so the Bible actually said, I'm quoting the Bible because I'm a Christian and it's one book I'm actually very conversant with. The Bible said, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Okay, so if you have knowledge about kidney health, you have knowledge about kidney failure, there are certain things you will have to know about it, about this condition, that when you maintain on them, it can actually guarantee you that you live long, you last long, even while you have kidney failures. So many people actually die within few years of being diagnosed of being diagnosed of kidney failure because they lack certain knowledge about their health. Okay, about kidney failure. Okay, so some of the knowledge they lack is that how many times should I dialyze? What and what should I avoid? What and what should I eat? You know, all those things. Then where should I get proper which type of dialysis am I supposed to do? Should I go for a transplant? And a whole lot of that a whole lot of other things that this person should have actually known, and that this person doesn't know. And most people, especially in some areas, do not have sufficient knowledge about this management. So every patient needs to have an average knowledge of kidney failure and how it works, okay, both in the management, the complications, what to expect, what the outcome. I've heard of people who say that I don't want to go for dialysis, that I heard that people die while dialyzing. Like every treatment have its own complications, have its own side effects. So now you're going to be doing dialysis for some time, and like when the benefit outweighs the risk, that means you actually have to go for the benefit and work on how you can mellow down the risk. So this is why you need proper knowledge. Okay, then one of the questions I get on daily basis is about diet. What am I supposed to eat as someone who has kidney failure? Diet is actually very, very important, so we can't overrule that. So now we go to point number 3. You have to actually make up your mind on the treatment plan you're going to be going for. Will you be going for dialysis for life, or would you want to do a transplant along the line? So this is one thing that you need to actually figure out what you're going to be doing. Do you want to go on dialysis? Do you want to go on transplant? So if you want to go on dialysis, you need to know and you need to make up your mind that what you actually need is at least 3 times dialysis in a week. So in this part of our world, in Nigeria, 3 times dialysis looks like a fairy tale, something that is not actualizable because of the level of poverty in the society, because of finance and lack of government interventions to help those who have kidney failure. So having noted that, it's actually very important. You can't talk about dialysis without talking about money. Even at this point in time, everything revolves around money. So you need, as a standard, you need 3 times dialysis. Okay, so every other thing, any other maybe doing once in a while, and so the best is 3 times, at least 3 times dialysis in a week. So if you can't afford that, we'll be praying for finances so that you'll be able to afford that. So 3 times dialysis, you need to either you're going for dialysis or you're going for kidney transplant. So when you're going for also dialysis, let me still talk about dialysis. You also have to figure out if you're going to be doing hemodialysis or you're going to be doing peritoneal dialysis. So you need to get knowledge about this to then know the one that is more effective for you. For some factors, for some reasons, we measure on hemodialysis here in Nigeria. That's why I talked about 3 times dialysis, which is different from what you'll be doing if you have a PD. Okay, you can be doing, the PD stands for peritoneal dialysis. You can be doing it once every day or even multiple times in a day. So we have the one we call ninth dialysis. You can run it, So having said that, we're not going to transplant. So if you're going to be going for transplant, for the meantime, you may need to be doing dialysis before you finally get your new kidney. So as you're planning for that, you also need to go for your tests, your test to ensure that the donor and the recipient's kidneys match. You also need to go for raise money for that procedure and also plan for life after transplant. I discovered that most people do not plan for life after transplant. They just, I want to do transplant, I want to do transplant. But it doesn't end there after doing transplant. You also need to plan for life after kidney transplant. I don't know if I'm communicating. Okay, life after transplant means that you're going to be on immune suppressant drugs that will actually suppress your immunity, okay, so that your body won't reject this new kidney that has been given to you. So you need to make sure that the source of this the source that you'll be getting your drugs from, like, is steady. You don't just, maybe you're taking drug A and you discover that it's cheaper at drug B, you switch over. So by the time you switch over, you may actually have something that is very ridiculous. You may have something that won't work for you, and the new kidney will actually fail. Okay, so if you've known a source that you're going to be using, it's very much advisable that you maintain that source. Don't run around the bush. Don't, just maintain that one source. So having said that, we'll now talk about number 4. Okay. I need to take a cup of water. So you talk about number 4. Number 4 says that you need to know so much about your diet. Then I want to also state in this video that for people who have dialysis, people who have kidney failure, there is something that is not common for everybody, and that is diet. Okay, for me, I think that diet actually is different from person to person according to their personal needs, according to the results of their kidney function tests, urea creatinine levels, and all the rest of them. So, and your what they call it, your dietary plan is also dynamic. Okay, what your dietary requirements might be in this week or in this month might not be the same thing it's going to be next month, because of variations in your chemistry results. So you have to know this and follow up with your dietitian closely to make sure that these things are maintained.